All right, what's up everyone? We're back, and today I'm on the quest to find out who makes the best overstable approach disc. Let's get into it. We're gonna see who has the best overstable approach game in the business here. And I've got 5. Some I've thrown, some I haven't. I don't have every single manufacturer. These are just ones that I'm interested in. So first, it's been in the bag for a while. I've got the Prodigy A2. We've got the Discmania Tactic, Westside Harp, the Innova Toro, and the Discraft Zone. So I wanted all these to be relatively the same flight numbers. I could have done like the Zone OS and discs like that, or the Slammer. That one was highly recommended, but I wanted something like the 4-speed. I think when I get like the 2 and 3 speed, it's too deep and I forehand a lot, and I find myself when it's so deep, I roll over. So I'm looking for something in that 4-speed range that's not just gonna turn over on me on hard forehand. So that's what I'm out here to do. So I'm out at Greystone. If you've been watching, you've seen me play this course several times. Fairly short holes. They're all gonna be distances that I think at my hardest throw with these is gonna be about the distance that I want these to go. I'm looking for something around like the 200 and in range for touchy little kind of upshots. Last time I did this with fairway drivers, you can go look at that. I don't think I'm gonna eliminate any. This time, like I did with the fairway drivers, I think I'm just gonna throw all 5, 9 holes out here. I'm gonna skip around to some of the holes that I think play well for the shots that I want, and we're gonna see what happens. All right, so hole 1, we're already starting out a little further than I would like to. It's 240 uphill. I think normally I would throw like a Justice in this slot that would get up there, but we're gonna see. So we're gonna start with the A2, and as always, I'm fresh out of the car, no warm-up, so that's my excuse here. Oh, see, there it is. Ouch, popped my shoulder. All right, we'll only get better. We've got the Tactic next. I've never thrown this. I had the XO hard. I think I might have liked softer, but this is what I had available to me, so we're gonna see. Yeah, so that one had plenty of distance. I think I got over on it a little bit, and then it had a little bit of fight. So I think if I throw that on a better angle, it's gonna be nice. We've got the Zone. I aced with this Zone already, so it's kind of up there on the list. Yeah, that's nice. A little short, probably about that 220 range. All right, this one I've never thrown. I didn't want to jump in on the hype. Well, we've got the Toro. Yeah, all right, sit. All right, last one, we've got the Harp. This is in the Tournament Burst plastic. It feels really nice, actually. I've heard these aren't as stable as the numbers, and they all have relatively the same numbers. It's 4-speed, low glide, 0.3 on the turn and fade. Oh, went a little straighter. Past the basket, a little glidey guy. All right, so basically the reason I'm doing this, one, it was highly requested. I was gonna do it anyways, but a lot of people wanted it. When I first started, I had the Zone. That's what everyone told me to get, so that's what I got. I had the Zone. I was not in love with it, but I used it. Eventually we broke up, and I started dating the A2, and we've been in a long-term relationship for probably close to 3 years now. Well, we're not married yet, if you know what I mean. So I'm here to see if there's something better out there. I'm shopping around a little bit. I know the relationship kind of analogy there makes me sound like a terrible person. I promise I don't do that in real life, but with discs, I do. Not a bad start. I think I'm warm now. It's hot outside, so that helps. So far, I mean, we're 1 hole in. I don't hate any of them. I think the Harp is probably the deepest feeling one. It had the best flight, so maybe that's, you know, says something. I don't know, but the Harp has kind of the deepest flight. I don't really know. And the Tactic feels super shallow. So it's like, it almost feels driver-like, which I really like. I'm just not a huge fan of the XO hard plastic. But we're gonna see how it goes here. We're on hole 3, it's my hole 2. 288 feet, it's sitting right on the hill. What I'm trying to get out of this flight, is something that pushes straight. I don't want any turn, something that pushes straight and then just fades into the side and kind of digs in the hill. We're gonna try to keep the same order here. I got them stacked up the same way, so we're gonna start with the A2. That was exactly what I was looking for, just a little further. Got the zone next. I'm gonna try to get this one a little higher, I think. Oh, and inside, higher. 2 inside. Sit though. Oh, that's actually pretty good. All right, for real this time, higher, and just right over this nice cut fairway. Yeah. Now sit on the hill. Yep. All right. I'm trying to push this out. How long? 288, it's downhill though. All right, I'm landing a little short, which I think is fine. It's 288. It's like a little bit downhill, maybe like 5 feet, not a whole lot. But so I think the distance I'm getting is great out of these. That one got a little turn. It's going to get a little further. Sit. That one went deep. That one got some turn. Still don't know if that's me doing that or not. Last one here is the harp. High, hyzer. Oh, too high. Sit down. Let's try with the rest of them. All right, I just ran into a really nice lady that told me all my shots were good, so feels good. I'm walking up. I forgot to mention it. I'm not putting any of these out just because I'm throwing so many shots and there's other people playing out here. I don't want to hold everyone up. Right now, first looks, I'm in the circle. Zone is the only one out of the circle. All of them are like about 20, 25. So I'll take that for 288 feet. Yeah, so Tactic, all those were short. Tactic ended up being probably similar, like 20-ish feet, but deep. So that feels really good. And it is slightly downhill, but still to push a 4-speed out to about 300, it's not too shabby. All right, most fun hole on the course. We've got 165 feet, nice and straight tunnel gap here. This is gonna be the real test of stability here. I'm not gonna throw these hard at all, but I am gonna throw them on a bit of anhyzer and see kind of which ones are fighting out the fastest. We're gonna start with the A2. Hit the gap. Way long, all right, zone. Let's actually hit the gap and not cheat around it. Or throw that one bad. All right, sneaky weird gap here. All right, Tactic next. At this point, I just want to make it all the way through. What? All right. We're gonna change it up. Normally, I'm looking for a forehand, but I think for the sake of the gap, we're gonna go kind of fan grip, backhand turnover. Or not turnover, but just kind of anhyzer release here. All right, really, I don't know how to get out of this. All right, that was arguably the worst hole I've ever played. Yeah, that was just ridiculous. Get me off that hole as fast as possible. That told you guys pretty much nothing other than I don't know how to hit a gap. The zone and the Tactic ended up being in circle 1, but everything else was pretty pathetic. All right, so now we've got about I'd say maybe right at 200, maybe 210. Straight shots, kind of in a little peninsula. I think tall grass is technically OB. I'm not gonna play it OB because I'm not really keeping score. But kind of get out of that, and then it's a bowl out there where it's sitting right in the middle. This one is gonna be kind of another flex because I don't wanna throw it back in. So it's gonna be kind of another little flex. And again, maybe this one will show us if it's fighting or not. A2 up first. Yeah, that had some fight. Oh, that was really close too. All right, I actually really like that shot. Granted, I've thrown the A2 for a long time, so I trust it a little more. We're gonna go zone. Hopefully try to recreate a little something here. Also, as I'm talking, if I happen to ace today, that disc is automatically going in the bag. I don't make the rules. A little low, pretty flat. Fought out some. We got Toro next. Get a little higher and see what it does there. Okay. Yeah, I had that one on pretty good angle, and it was getting flat even on the other edge. So yeah, that was nice actually. All right, we got the Tactic. Oh, that one might have been too much. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, I might have been in the way, but I ripped over on it. I wanted to get a little more. It was fighting out, but it was on a lot of angles, so I didn't really give it that chance. Last one is the Harp here. That one was similar, not severe as the angle as the Tactic, but a little more anhyzer than I would have liked, but it was fighting, which is a good sign. I've heard sometimes, especially like when you have that XO hard or like the BT like mediums and stuff like that with the harps, is that they get beat up really fast and flip. So should be interesting to see how they hold up. I know I'm missing some approach discs, like some people might even throw the Berg out there, but again, that's just not the speed I'm looking for. But if there is any that you think I should try or do a video on, let me know. I've kind of got the time to get out and do those. So if there are discs you want to see, comment down below. All right, so I skipped ahead a couple holes. So this is my hole 5 now. It's 162 feet. Another kind of tunnel shot. I'm gonna try the touchy little anhyzer forehand that I tried a couple holes ago. That was just absolute disaster. But I think my problem is I don't stand still a lot. So I think I'm gonna still kind of do like a slight little run up and still kind of punch it on some anhyzer and see if they kind of fight back. So far, early favorites. A2, a lot of bias towards that one. The Zone, again, I'm just familiar. And then the Toro. And I didn't realize when I picked them up this last hole, the Toro is actually 4.2 +1.3. So it's a little more overstable than the rest. It doesn't really fly like it in my opinion, but it is what the numbers say. We're gonna start with the A2 here and just nice, soft, maybe slightly nose up and just try to get it to float towards the basket. Yeah, that was much better. A little long, but that was the flight I was looking for. We've got the Zone next. I'm gonna try a little better angle here. Oh, that's exactly what I'm looking for, sit. A little deep again, that's fine. All right, we're figuring it out. I just needed a run up. That was it, even if it was just a couple steps. Kind of got over on that one, fight. Yeah, that's fine too. This Tactic, I'm gonna give a little less. I might go flatter because it seems to be turning just a touch more than the rest. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm hitting those trees, but those are like short left of the basket, right where the disc is fading in. But that's like, I mean, 162 feet. This is like the ideal distance, just a soft little upshot. So I'm fine with that. Last but not least, we got the Harp here. There's a lot of angle. That's money. Yeah. All right, I just needed the run up. That was the problem. Run up, much better. I was throwing everything down, I think, when I was trying to stand still, but I liked all those flights. All right, while we got a break in the action, I want to tell you about Mojo gear. They make the Mojo Riser. It's the first collapsible bag stand in disc golf. All you gotta do is pull that lever, the legs come out, your back sits about 2 feet higher, takes so much stress off your back. It's super easy to install, and it really does change the way you play. I mean, even this just being a short course, my back feels so much better because I don't have to bend down every single time after every shot and pick my bag up. Super easy to install. I choose to lock mine just like that, so even when I pick it up, it stays and I carry, and that's just fine. Or you can leave it unlocked and you set it down. As soon as you pick it back up, boom, it's back underneath. It adds almost no weight to your bag, and your bag is already heavy enough with all these discs, so the last thing you want is something that adds 5-10 pounds more weight just for a little bit of convenience. This is super lightweight and it takes so much weight off your back. It's incredible. I recommend it. If you use code OMD10 at mojogear.com, you get $10 off either the riser itself, or they even install it on bags for you, and they can ship you the whole thing if you don't want to install it or you need a new bag. They install it for you. $10 off, OMD10, mojogear.com. Go get yourself one. They're absolutely incredible. All right, our hole 6 here. Very similar shot. It's just a little easier gap to hit. It's still that kind of soft, touchy flex. 165 feet, another tunnel gap. I'm gonna throw the same shots, see what kind of ground action, because I don't want anything that's too skipping. I don't know what the plastics, if that's gonna affect anything. I don't think really for how short the hole is, it's going to. Yeah, all right, I'm zoning in here on these little touch forehands. Speaking of zoning in, a little bit of ground play from the zone there. Toro's next. Yeah, all right, so I'm finally, these are the exact flights I'm looking for. Something I don't have to throw hard, just nice touchy, because I think if I ever want to throw like an approach hard, I'm going to throw the Justice, something I know that if I throw it hard, it's going to fly flat and then fade. Where these guys, I kind of like to put like a little touch, just smallest touch of anhyzer, and just kind of let them do the work. Yeah. All right, knock on wood. Let's finish this one strong. Have a good round on this one. Harp to finish it off here. 2 nose up. It's going to be all right, though. Yeah, it's actually just fine. Same flight, I was just inside all the other lines. Those were nice. I feel like we're getting all the shapes today. Look at that. I know it's 165 feet. That's the furthest one. It's maybe 20-ish at best, but man, those are tight. We're on my hole 7 here. This was probably about 200. There's no T sign. It's probably about 200, but it's just nice sweeping dog leg to the right. This is going to test my ability to throw kind of that hyzer angle, see if any of these guys stand up at all. And I actually do kind of want ground play on this one, so I'm going to throw them low and hard and see if I can't get some kind of skip to the basket. We do have like slight headwind, but it shouldn't be anything like severe enough to really make the disc do some weird things. Starting with the A2 here. Oh, that was fine. Threw it a little hard. Kind of stuck to the finger. That would have been good if that tree wasn't there. But got the skip that I wanted. We're going to go to the zone. A little more inside would be ideal. Go. Yeah, that guy, I mean, that looked like a rock skipping on water. Just I hope you can see that. I'm going to find some middle ground. I'm going to go a little higher, a little less inside than that zone, and this one should be under the basket. Oh my gosh, I did it. Yeah. Tactic here, we're going to see how well this one kind of plays, or if it flips at all. If it flips, I'm going to throw it into the lake. Oh, and it did. That might just stay there. Leave it for the next one. Tactic, out. I'm going to keep throwing it just to see, but it's not making the bag. Last one, harp. Kind of putting this one on the same test as the tactic. If it flips up at all, I'm going to be really angry at it. Nope, that's great. Yeah. It's going to be, looks like a little short, but great shot nonetheless. Kind of figured out how to throw hyzer. I feel like you've watched our other videos, especially when I'm throwing drivers. Oh my gosh. I roll over like nobody's stinking business. It's so bad. It's pretty embarrassing sometimes, especially when I do it on camera. I'm like, what the heck am I doing? All right, Toro wasn't under the basket, but it's about 5 feet, so I'll take that. All right, quick update about my life as well. Getting ready to go back to Africa. If you've been following us, you know I go there pretty frequently. Paul Macbeth has a course out there from the Paul Macbeth Foundation, but it's the only 18-hole course in Kenya. I've played it several times. I've never recorded anything out there, but I'm bringing the gear, bringing the setup out there so I can play it and you guys can kind of see what it's like. Maybe you guys get out there, I don't know. All right, I think the tee pads are still kind of under construction. I don't really know. There's not a definitive one here, so I'm making my own. It's probably about 200 feet, but with these, I'm actually going to try. I've been throwing the forehand a lot. That's what probably 99% of the shots are going to be, but I want to see how well they hold on some anhyzer. So we have kind of a straight shot, another little tunnely one, but it fits well for the anhyzer. Throw some anhyzer on the left side and just see if it pans or not. Yeah. Fought out pretty good. Zone next. Oh, kind of yanked over. Yeah, yanked over on that one. Toro coming up. Yeah, get some ground play. A little short, but it fought. Got the tactic next. Yeah, that was the best throw so far. Slow pan. Yeah, committed to that one good. And the harp. I want a similar line, but I'm going to try to throw it a little harder. Yeah. Not a lot of fight, but some. Last hole here. Actually, before I get started, I was a fan of the way those flew. Definitely some had more fight than others, but all did relatively what I wanted out of it. So that's nice. Again, last hole here. What do we got here? We got 180 feet. It's just this row of trees in the middle. It's sitting behind. So there's like a sneaky forehand and there's like a more open backhand. I can't decide. I think I'm gonna go forehand, forehand, forehand. And the tactic and the harp, I'm gonna go backhand flex to see what kind of happens, but I wanna get dialed in on kind of hitting lines with the forehand, so I'm gonna go forehand with the first three. Last two are gonna be backhand. We're gonna start with the A2 here. Well, made the gap, just way short. Threw it into the ground. Zone here, just a touch higher. Yeah. Kind of tough line here. I'm gonna call an audible. I'm going backhand the rest of the way. That's gonna be circle one. Got tactic. Oh. Burn that one over a little bit. All right, finish strong here with the harp. Get past. All right, last one, best one, always. That is gonna do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys maybe learned something about the discs that you either throw or are interested in throwing. A2, always gonna have a spot in the bag. I think, however, if I do ever lose that or it gets beat up, the Zone is probably the most similar of what I threw today. I think the Toro might find a spot in there. Just something with probably a little more headwind. I'll pull this guy out. These two, not a huge fan of. I know the harp is like huge, especially because Ricky throws them, and he probably throws them a heck of a lot better than I do, and maybe in different plastics they're gonna fly a little different. Wasn't a huge fan. This one, the tactic, I like the way it feels. Again, maybe in a different plastic. Like we have some Razor Claw 3s at the store that I might try. They're a little more stable, I'm guessing, just because of the plastic. But I wouldn't count these out if you're looking to try them. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. We're so close to 1,000. We can't do this without you guys. A lot of fun stuff coming. Stay tuned. Ozark Mountain Disc to the Moon. We'll see ya.